On the guitar, Jewell, Papa Joe.
Man, what a great guy to study from because of the classical background, the jazz background.
Master's in classical guitar, Ithaca College. Then finally got accepted to both the classical guitar department and the jazz guitar department as a doctoral student at USC. And I chose to go in as a jazz major. So in '03, I finished for us it's a DMA, not a PhD, DMA in studio jazz guitar from USC.
My 3-year-old and I, we call him Uncle Joe. He's just Uncle Joe.
Great blues player, great jazz player. You know, he's been a mentor of mine since I've been here and has brought me into many interesting and exciting situations musically.
Man, he's a great blues guitarist.
Early days are easy. My paternal grandmother had bought a guitar for my father, and my father never learned how to play it. So she was absolutely sure that her $30 weren't going to go to waste, so she decided I was going to play that guitar.
Jewell was written on the fly at our first Cadre hit ever at Esperanza High School. We just decided to do a blues real quickly. The riff just came out of my horn, and inside my head I could hear Jewell. I just knew that was the name of that song. I was interviewing for the job here at the college. A friend of mine who was praying for my success, he had a vision of me wearing this robe and it was covered in jewels. And I was tearing the jewels off and handing them to these students. And the more I tore off and handed to the students, the more just appeared on the robe. And I just thought, I love that. I just love that. And so that's what I do with my students. I give them everything.
Really, at the base of it all, it's got to be the thing that you want to do as soon as you wake up in the morning. More than anything, you want to play the drums. And when you put your head on the pillow at night, you should be, you shouldn't. It's not that you should be, but if you're thinking about playing the drums, then, okay, now you can maybe consider yourself a serious musician.
To me, the most satisfying part about being a jazz player has to be the fact that every time you play a piece of music, it's completely unique, it's in the moment, it's different, it has its own emotion and its own vibe that we try to put into it every time we play it.
But if you've received the calling, now the first thing is you have to be sure that you have and that you're not kidding yourself. If you've received the calling, and I happen to be in the audience when Matt was doing his interview, and he was talking about the first thing you get up in the morning, you think about playing your drums. You fall asleep with the drums and your drum pad on your bed. I relate to that, you know. I would have a guitar by my bed, I'd wake up, I'd play, I'd fall asleep with it. That's the calling, you know. Well, if you've received that calling, then the work really starts, you know. So now you've got to back that up with the amount of work. But you have to be really clear. Is music choosing you, or are you choosing music? And if there's even like a reasonable doubt, I think you're better off doing something else. But if you receive the calling, got a lot of work to do.
I went to every clinic. If there was a festival within, driving distance, I would go to the clinics to hear how the trombone players practice, I would go to everything. I just wanted to absorb the culture of music and what that meant.
Jazz, I mean, everybody that works here is a working musician. That's not always the case at a lot of different schools. You can really learn a lot from people that have been in the trenches and have earned a living as a professional musician. They know what it's like out there. They can get good, hard, practical advice to give to students.
You can be the best singer on earth, but if you're not nice or fun to be around on stage or off stage, at a gig, you're not going to get the gig again. And I just can't stress the importance of that. Man, can we all just get along? Can we be nice and don't have an attitude?
Oh, they're gonna hear a staff that clicks together. There are some other schools even close by where the jazz faculty plays together. They make a CD, but it's not. They don't have this chemistry like freaky connection that we have, and we've developed it to a degree, but I just remember there was a click even from the beginning, and I think people, I know people who watch us play at Steamers or watch us play at these outreaches, they see that connection.
That's true.
And they see how I responded to Matt, and they see how Joe responded to Roger, and I mean, they see this kind of, it's just going all the time. And that goes back to our other question about the worries of the day. It's gone, man. we're here, and I'm sure you'll pick up on that with the footage.